All right, welcome Remax Distinctive. This is Dan Bouchard Fernandez with today's June 2025 Maryland um, broker update, broker compliance call. This will be a short case. This is a true case from the Maryland Real Estate Commission. Pursuant to the purchase contract, seller was to have an HVAC serviced by a licensed HVAC company prior to settlement. On September 21st, 2018, a licensed HVAC contractor found numerous problems with the system and advised the seller of the costs associated with fixing the problem. The seller requested that the HVAC contractor write up a receipt that fall maintenance special had been performed, excluding the other information. On October 16th, the complainant realized that HVAC system was not in proper working order. She contacted the HVAC company that performed the initial evaluation in September of 2018 and learned of the numerous problems with the system of which respondent was fully aware. On October 24th, 2018, the HVAC company advised the complainant that it would cost $3,500 to rectify the problem. The respondent admits that she violated ComAir 09.11.02.02a as alleged by the commission in its statement of charges and an order for hearing, which is attached here to Exhibit A and incorporated by the reference. The key case details: the parties involved, listing agent Teresa Dennison, and the complainant was Diane Colanello, buyer of the property. The property in question was at 612 Southern Hills Drive in Arnold, Maryland. The purchase contract was dated 2018, ratified September 7th, 2018. The issue was that the seller was required to service the HVAC system before settlement. HVAC contractor identified significant issues that were, but was pressured by the respondent to falsify the receipt, omitting the problems. Buyer discovered the HVAC issues post-purchase, meaning post-settlement, incurring repair costs of $3,540.02. Violations: ComAir 9.11.2.2a, failure to protect the client's interest, and unethical practices. Maryland Real Estate Brokers Act demonstrated bad faith, incompetency, and improper dealings. The outcome of the case was that the respondent paid the $3,540 to the complainant for the HVAC repairs. Complainant agreed to dismiss her claim against the Real Estate Guarantee Fund. The disciplinary actions imposed were $8,000 fined by the Real Estate Commission, the license suspension and renewal restrictions if payment were not met. The consent order: respondent waived the rights to a hearing and appeal and agreed to abide by the Maryland real estate laws and regulations in future transactions. So the lessons for our real estate professionals today are ethical practices: always act in good faith and protect the interests of all parties involved. Avoid any actions that could be perceived as fraudulent or dishonest. Transparency: ensure that all property-related issues are disclosed accurately. Do not pressure contractors or third parties to falsify documentation. Legal compliance: familiarize yourself with ComAir regulations and the Maryland Real Estate Brokers Act. Violations can lead to fines, license suspension, or revocation. Accountability: misconduct can result in financial penalties and damage to professional reputation. Uphold the integrity of the real estate profession to avoid disciplinary actions. Key takeaway: protect the public and your clients by adhering to the ethical standards. maintaining transparency and complying with legal obligations. Missteps can lead to severe consequences, including financial penalties and loss of licensure. What do you think about that one, Shafiq?
It was the agent who asked or the owner?
This was the seller was to leave. The seller requested the HVAC contractor to write up a receipt excluding the other information.
So how
But
would the agent become liable unless the agent knew?
I believe that it was because the agent in the details of the case, it was because the agent was made aware that the seller had made that request. And
Oh, okay. So it was complicit.
yeah, it was complicity. Yep, that's right.
But that he had he had an obligation to disclose that
That's correct. Yep. Yeah.
and failed to do
Well, they
that.
had an obligation, really, yes, to disclose it, but really to not fraudulently document the opinion of the contractor.
Yes.
Yeah. So lesson learned. All right. Thanks very much, Shafiq. Have a great
Am
day.
I the only one on?
Yep, you are.
All right. Have a
All
good
right.
weekend.
Yep. Take care.
Stay out of the path of those tanks.
You bet. Take care.